Hello and welcome to another Tempus Weekly. In this weekly we are going to discuss how to quest. Now the first thing about questing is obviously head to a quest hub. Now this particular quest hub is called Honor Hold. Now with a traditional quest hub, one of the things you'll have is an innkeeper, so let's go try that out. So we're going to pop right into the inn, and here we have an innkeeper.
What can I help you with?
Now you want to set your hearthstone to the innkeeper.
Well met.
And you also want to buy some food. Any type of nice food appropriate for your level will be perfectly fine. Now, let's say I get some of that.
Go with honor.
Then you can just pop that on your bars and you can just click it if you need to. Now, for the purpose of this, I probably won't need food, because I am a Blood Death Knight. I have chosen to level as Blood, because despite the fact that generally tanks are terrible for leveling, Blood DKs tend to be a nice exception. Their damage is pretty decent, and they are machines due to their self-healing, they can just keep going. Another note with the food is that if you're a mana user, which I am not, you will need to buy a drink as well, because if you run out of mana as a mana user, you can't really do much. Warlocks are pretty much the only exception, but rather than having to eat, life tap, and then eat, you may as well just buy some food and some drink, and that will speed life up for you a bit. Now let's head on over here. As you can see, I have accepted a couple of quests. Now, when you've got a few quests, you want to plan a sort of route in your mind. Now these are nice and close to me, so I'm going to be completing those, and then I'm going to be going around to that. So basically my route is going to be somewhat like that. So I'm going as sort of like a little route there. I'm going to complete those two, except that probably going to have a few more quests to do in that area as well. Another thing to do while questing is go into your interface, go to Controls, and select Auto Loot. This basically means that when I kill something, I can just right click on them to loot and it will do the rest by itself. So off we go to kill some beasties. Now while you're questing, you want to pick up as many mobs as you can handle so you can increase your damage output through AoE, or Area of Effect spells. Now it is very important that you judge this correctly, rather pull too little than too much. If you die, that's a lot of time spent not leveling. So biggest tip for leveling is to do as much damage as you possibly can while not ever dying, as death only slows you down. While you kill mob after mob, use DPS cooldowns to boost your output so that you can kill more in less time. Leveling quickly and efficiently is all about speed, so that's why when you open your map, you plan that route out so that you can spend as much time out and about killing things. You want to save your survival cooldowns for when you need them. No point using them if you won't even drop much below full health, but again, use them wisely. If your health drops below half and you still have a while to go before you kill all the creatures, you should be using cooldowns. Too often I see people reach 10% health and then press all their defensive cooldowns. Unless your cooldowns heal you, you're basically dead anyway. If you use a cooldown early on when you're taking the most damage, it will mitigate the most. So in a simplified way, use your cooldowns as early as possible. If it looks like what you're going to be fighting is going to be hitting you very, very hard, use your survival cooldowns. Even if you are certain that without using them you will survive, because every single point that you mitigate through using those cooldowns is a point that you won't have to sit down, eat, and regen, which again just saves you even more time. As less time you spend regenning your health, it's more time you can spend just going, hey you, smack, and they die and give you experience. Next up, level in an appropriate place. If creatures are too far below your level, you're going to be losing a lot of experience, because they reward less experience if creatures have their level number displayed as green, or worse, grey. If they're grey, they literally give you nothing. And if it's green or grey, it's time to move on to a higher level place. But keep in mind, if monsters have their level number displayed as red, or skull, or question mark, they're going to take much longer to kill, and that slows you down. Heck, they might even kill you. If the creature level is displayed as yellow and it's roughly the same level as you are, you're fine and life is just fantastic. Now, you also want to avoid elites. Unless you have a quest to kill them and you can solo them, don't spend 20 minutes looking for help to kill one thing for one quest. Either solo it or leave it alone. Elites tend to have high health and more damage, which means if you can't get a quest reward out of it, it usually isn't worth it. Now, if you're on a PvP realm, sometimes you are going to get attacked by higher level people, and sometimes it'll just be people with much better gear, or several people, and worse, they keep killing you every single time you respawn. If this happens, either go somewhere else, or another thing you can do is to just log out while you're dead and swap to another character. Now, if they're camping you, which means they're just sort of chilling next to your body so that they can kill you as soon as you res, especially if they are nice and patient and they like just sit on you for hours, then you get to waste their time while you play something else. So just log out, swap to another tune, and that's your revenge. You get to waste their time because they're waiting for you to res and you're not going to. Another way to chase them away is to get several high level friends to kill them, or if you already have a high level character, you can swap to it, come over there and kill them, and then reverse the situation. Generally, this is only something you want to do if they camp you, which is to just sit on you and prevent you from having a fun game experience. So if they want to be a jerk, then hey, it's totally fine if you reverse it and hey, have some fun at their expense too. And of course, while you quest, you can queue for a dungeon or a battleground occasionally, if you need a bit of a break from questing all the time. And don't forget, you can listen to music to help break that boredom. That's all for this Tempus Weekly. Feel free to click the subscribe button on the video to be told about new videos, and have fun. Tempus out.